Holy crap, Prez. It's week 12. You're in studio.
I just got off the plane. Literally got off the plane, got picked up by the big man, Marco. And
I was going to say, which one?
well said. And I got in trouble last time from one of the commenters. I crossed the line on the weight situation. So we'll move on from that. But just landed, came straight here. Excited, because I'm in the studio, but still reeling over. I'm in a slump, Kelly.
What?
I mean, it happens every year. Like, nobody's going to win every week. And I went 1-3 on Sunday. Lost with Atlanta. I want to make a declaration. I want to make a declaration. I will not be betting on Atlanta for a while. I'm going...
Even catching double digits on Thanksgiving?
I'm going to wean myself off of Atlanta. I'll probably bet Atlanta on Thanksgiving, but...
Yeah, I know.
That's just between me and you.
So, side note, real quick, just because everybody's probably wondering where our music is. Prez filmed last week, and YouTube gave us the boot because, well, apparently you cannot use copyrighted music. So all of the music requests, while they're great, and I was supposed to have a 10 out of 10. I guess we could still do it from your phone.
Well, no, because they'll hear the songs. We did it from our phone last time. But the bottom line is there is actually a list of tons and tons of songs that we can use. I just haven't had the time to look at that list, and I don't want to get the boot again. But back to my slump.
I was just trying to change the subject. Nobody wants to talk about
I don't want to change. No, because it's.
This is like therapy session with Prez right now.
Yeah, like, so, Kelly.
I can't with these pants.
My cargo pants are pretty.
They're like skinny cargo pants.
No, they're not.
Oh, those are borderline.
Anyway, Kel, listen. Here's the bottom line. I can't speak on behalf of all handicappers in this industry, but I can tell you from my perspective, it is gut-wrenching. Like I emotionally cannot take losing for my clients. Okay, on a Monday, one game, then win 2 on Tuesday. Sure, I'm not going to win every single game, but man, like I went 1-3 the week before. I went 1-3 this past week. I'm 2-6 in my last 8, and I mean, I'm still, believe it or not, I'm over 58% on the NFL season after that disaster, and I'm up.
Well, that's what people have to realize is that you
but
can't
they don't. Basically, you get judged by what have you done for me lately. There's so few people that are buying. There's so few people that buy your seasons. There's so few people that buy a month of your plays. Most of these people come in one day, go out the next day, and on to the next handicapper.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. That's what
just destroys
When
me.
I used to sell picks, that's all I sold was my season package. Because you're right. When you're trying to sell week in and week out, you'll have an 8-0 college football Saturday. People jump on the next week. You're just praying for 4-3. Like, let me just have a winning week because you understand that the regression is going to come back.
And they wait, and as you go. You know, Marco's probably experiencing it now with his incredible hoops run. You know, you go 2-0, you pick up customers. 5-0, you pick up more customers. 6-0, more customers. By the time you're 8, 9, 10-0, you've got an incredible amount of customers playing your plays, and all you're sitting there and thinking is, God, I'll take 6 pushes in a row. Like, you just cannot win all the time. And, like, I take it so hard. Like, I'm telling you, on Sunday night, like, I was asleep by 11. Like,
and you stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning most nights.
I was like, and I'm reeling over it. But, I mean, you just got to move on. You know, as I said, I'm up over 25% return on your money in NFL. I'm over 58%. And, look, last time I had an 0-3 week was back in week 4 or 5. I rang off a 9-1. I'm poised for a big run. So please forgive me, people. I cannot win for you every week, but I certainly try.
Okay, good. As long as you try really hard.
Yeah. So what else? Because we know how much people love when we don't talk football.
Well, yeah, we usually spend like 7 or 8 minutes, and then people get like, bitchy about it.
Well, we're at 5 minutes, so should we just get into the games?
Yeah, just because we got to kind of cut it short. We have all these guys here in studio today that are stuck behind you because you're first and foremost.
Okay, let's get on with it.
Okay.
Wait, quick promo. Kelly, I have started the season 12-2. in NBA.
Okay.
I have started the NBA season 12-2. The irony of that statement is based on what we were saying prior. Here I am sitting on a massive NBA run. But the bottom line is, I had a bad start last year in NBA, and from December 15th onwards, I was over 60%. So literally in a calendar year, in the last 11 months, I'm over 60% in the NBA, and I've started off so hot. And rather than buying tonight's play or tomorrow's play, just buy my season. I'll go through slumps, I'll go through runs, and at the end of the year, we'll all make 100% return on our money. We have discounted the price from $900 to $499. Just head over to WagerTalk.com. Click on Handicappers in the Prez. It's right on my page. No coupon required. $499 for my entire NBA season. I've started at 12-2. I'm absolutely seeing it right now. Okay.
I love it. Okay, let's start with Thanksgiving.
What is Thanksgiving? I know in Canada it's when we give thanks to not being Americans. It's a big day.
Prez is so anti-American.
I love
my
Americans.
phone is ringing. Why is my phone ringing?
I love Americans.
Then why aren't you one?
Well, my parents left South Africa and decided to move to Toronto. I don't give thanks for not being American. I'm saying Canada does. The Canadian Thanksgiving.
Oh, God. Okay.
Anyway, let's get into it. Thanksgiving
is one of my favorite holidays.
I don't know why, but...
Because I like food and I like booze, and it's almost always on my birthday.
Okay, you drink booze all the time and you
No,
eat
I
every
don't.
day.
Okay, everybody acts like I'm this big booze hound.
You're drunk right now, Kelly. Or is it edibles?
No, that's you.
Okay.
Mister, can we go by the dispensary on the way back to the hotel?
Hey, I never said that.
Sorry, maybe that was me. Okay, the Bears.
The Bears.
I hate the Bears. Okay, actually, no, I hate Kirk Cousins. That was terrible. Okay.
We'll get to Kirk Cousins later. Chicago -3.5 against Detroit.
Fourth, we're already seeing fourth. Four at South Point, four at Win already. God, I'm going to be on the Lions. I like punishment.
No, well, I'm going to be on the Lions too, and I know that I've already start seeing our listeners start commenting. Still not betting on the Bears. Prez, you're an idiot. Blah blah blah
So
blah
they say about me,
blah.
the Saints.
They call me a douchebag a lot.
We've already been over this.
Yeah,
I don't think that's an insult.
It is
Douche
not an
nozzle.
insult. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like anything that goes up a woman's vag is like something I want to be. So, like, please call me a douchebag.
I can't.
The bottom line here, Kelly, is I agree with you. You know, Detroit looked pretty good last week against Carolina. Their offense isn't ticking, but it's acceptable. And I think you have a situation here where, you know, Chicago is on a real short week. Like, I understand that Detroit played early on Sunday and Chicago played late, and people be like, well, what's a 7-hour difference or something? It's actually a massive difference. And not only is it a massive difference that Chicago players didn't get home till 1 in the morning that night, but they're also traveling to Detroit. This is as short a week as any team can possibly get in NFL football, unless they play it on a Monday and a Thursday,
Right,
which is
Thursday
completely
morning
unlikely.
is early.
I think that is going to be a huge factor. I actually like Detroit in the first half better than I do on the whole game. But Detroit +3.5, +4, as you say.
The whole world's going to be on Chicago.
I think Detroit wins this game outright and finds themselves
They played well
back
on
in the
Thanksgiving.
race of mediocrity, the 4-6, 5-5, 6-4
you know,
race.
we heard all these different things about they hate Patricia. He's making them practice outside. They're doing all this stuff. It's just kind of bogus. I'm not really buying into the hype that they're not tanking.
No.
Come on.
We saw that last week at home against Carolina. And here they're at home against Chicago. And I think Carolina's a better team than Chicago, Kelly. But I'll tell you what I really do like in this game is under the total of 44.5. You know, the Bears' defense is rock solid, and we've seen it game after game. And look at what they did to Kirk Cousins.
What if they play that lovely prevent defense like they did against the Vikings?
Well, they're not going to play prevent defense the whole game.
True.
And, you know, I think ultimately Detroit's linebackers, their front seven, might be fast enough to contain their quarterback, Trubisky. But, you know,
I'm not sold on Trubisky. He's due for.
Well, he's a great athlete.
I'm not saying he's not a great athlete.
Receiver.
Listen, he's not a great athlete. I had this conversation with somebody earlier. Great athletes are one thing. A lot of these younger kids, Deshaun Watson, Blake Bortles, they're not quarterback minded. They're not going to ever be Tom.
Yeah.
They're not ever going to be Tom Brady's. They're not ever going to be Aaron Rodgers. Like I think we're starting to see that.
Patrick Mahomes might be.
And he might be, but he might be the exception of when we get one every 6-7 years.
And he looks like a guy who could really, really run. Anyway, Detroit is the play on that game, and I really like under the total of 44.5.
All right, Washington. Who is the Dallas Cowboys to be laying 7.5 to anybody?
And we've spoken about this video after video. I find it shocking.
The Redskins made me money again last week.
I mean, Colt McCoy, does it really matter? The Washington defense is pretty good. Dallas is really struggling to move the ball.
He's a 1.5 point fall off, maybe. He's been with that system for 5 years now under Gruden. He knows the system. He actually outscored. They were like 17-7 in the second half. They had a chance to win that game with Colt McCoy.
Hey, marched them down the field for that field goal.
And Dallas and the Falcons. God, I was on the Falcons with you. That was just brutal.
I can't even. I mean, the Falcons just couldn't close in the red zone.
Put it in? Was that what you were going to say?
They couldn't put it in, yeah. Okay, let's move on. I'm all over Washington in this game, Kellen. I like under the total of 40.5 points. Like, I'm not seeing where the scores are going to come from in this football game. Washington's a tough team to run against. Dak is a disaster to me, Kelly. I mean, you see him overthrow.
And they just gave Jason Garrett more money. They're going to give him more money. What are they doing? I don't know what they're doing.
Anyway, Washington and the under.
Unless Dallas is going to run the football with Zeke and run it down their throat, which.
But they haven't been.
Why? I'm not their offensive coordinator,
Zeke should be carrying the ball 30 times a game minimum.
I don't know what they're doing.
It's honestly baffling, you know. Well, would I be blown away if Washington wins this game? God, no. I wouldn't be blown away if anybody beats Dallas.
Especially in Dallas. Yeah, all day.
I'm taking the under, and I'm taking the dog.
The under is low. Yeah, 40 and a half, 41.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. Okay, here we go. Atlanta, 60 is the total. 13 in a division rivalry game because the Saints are beating the bricks off everybody. You know, listen, Philadelphia looked terrible last week. They're having the worst Super Bowl hangover I've ever seen.
Yeah, and well, you know what? It's Frank Reich's gone. The other coaches are gone. I think Philadelphia will rue the day that they kept Doug Peterson and got rid of Frank Reich. Yeah. But what could they? I mean, they couldn't do anything else. Like, what were they going to do? Fire their Super Bowl winning head coach?
No.
The bottom line here is that New Orleans is playing so good, and their defense has come together as well, but their defense does have weak areas, and I think that's where Atlanta will be able to exploit them. The bottom line is, even in a game where Atlanta only put up 19 points against Dallas, they were moving the ball up and down the field, and they just didn't close. I don't know how anyone could take New Orleans in this spot. I think the play, if you're taking the side, is on Atlanta. Where I'm going to be putting my money down is on over the total of 60. And I know it's a very high total, but this game is indoors. It's gonna run similar to the track meet we saw on Monday night. What a football game Monday night was. You know, I think both teams are going to make very big plays. I think you're going to see 30-yard, 40-yard passes to Julio Jones all day long. And I think New Orleans is going to be able to do the same thing. I'm not putting my money on Atlanta anymore right now. I've kind of like disowned them for a bit.
Do not bet list.
Yeah, but I am taking over the total of 60.
Okay. Why? Well, I don't even want to talk about this game. Jacksonville. I am so pissed at Jacksonville. Plus 4.5, and I had them on the money line. They blew a 16-point lead. Okay. All right, and now they're just laying 3 to Josh Allen at Buffalo. Here's a good total for you: 37.5.
Yeah, Kel.
When's the last time we saw 37.5? It's been a while.
A couple of weeks ago.
Did we? I don't remember it.
We actually spoke about it.
All I know is it looks ugly. It's going to be like a 21-10 game.
Yeah, but remember what I said about Arizona and Oakland last week on the video? I said, here's two teams that can't score against anybody, but this game's going to go over the total, and it did.
Because they scored against each other.
Right. So, I can't sit. It's not like Buffalo's got some hardy defense. I wouldn't touch this game, period.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't. I don't know if Jacksonville has the moxie to care, and I can't play the total. So, and I'm certainly not going to play Buffalo. So this game is a complete move on. Let's go to the next.
Okay, Oakland at Baltimore, 11. You want me to lay 11 points with Lamar Jackson? Who's still a rookie quarterback, who's going to make mistakes. We saw him make mistakes last week.
Yeah, we did. He ran great. He
did run great.
His passing didn't. So I mean, he's like the Mitch Trubisky of the AFC right now. Oh, I could see the comments. Oh, you Chicago hater, Prez, blah, blah, blah. Sorry.
That's funny. Oakland, I guess, is not tanking unless they accidentally didn't mean to win that game, but they did. And it's funny, so I do it. I don't know if you ever get a chance to catch it. I do a 2-minute warning on Sunday mornings.
Must listen to.
And the number one pick that Will gave me was bet against Arizona. They had 81% of their tickets on Arizona. He goes, the whole world's on. I go, they're just banking on Oakland tanking? I go, who's Arizona that'll be laying all these points? So I was like, all right, fine, I'll throw a little bit on Oakland just for fun. They win the game outright. Like, that kind of stuff is really great information.
They're not going to win this game outright,
I don't think they are either.
And
but
this is one of those scenarios which we've spoken about in great detail on some other shows where do I think Baltimore should be favored by minus 10.5, 11? No. But I don't play inside. It's like Philadelphia. How many people were on Philadelphia against New Orleans?
That's terrible.
Or when San Francisco was plus 9.5 at home against the Rams. Here's another one of those examples where we know Baltimore will win this football game. We know. Baltimore will win this football game. Will they win by more than 10.5, 11? Who knows? But I'm not going to bet hard-earned money.
Would you put them in a teaser?
Oh, yes. Baltimore in a 10-point teaser, 100%. And I didn't have a teaser last week because I couldn't find anything.
And it was tough. With all the short lines, it was tough.
Yeah, no, but Baltimore will definitely be in my 10-point teaser. When they win this game, they're going to be 6-5 and right in the hunt.
I had a 6.5-point teaser, and I almost jumped off my house and broke both my legs with Kirk Cousins every time he touched the football.
Well,
but I won. I don't know how.
On behalf of all of our listeners, thank you for not jumping off your house and breaking your legs.
Well, you
and speaking of your legs, Kelly, speaking of your legs, I don't know if you're reading the comments, but people are saying, why won't she stand up? Like, can't we see a full body shot of Kelly? Listeners, have respect for my co-host.
What? You want me to stand? You can't even see me. I'm so short right now. You can't even see me. I'm like attached to the
Check out the boots, though, guys.
You can't see the boots.
Check out the boots.
You can't see the boots. It's fall.
That's it. That's all you get.
Yeah.
You don't even get any skin, listeners. I tried for you.
I'm little.
I tried for you.
It's cold, Prez.
You're cold.
It's cold.
It's -6 in Toronto.
Well, that's why I don't live in Toronto.
Okay, fair enough. But anyway, guys, have some respect for my co-host. If she is going to be forced to show legs, so am I. So
I got legs.
That's it.
That's all I got.
I'm showing my legs.
That's all I got is legs up here.
I'm showing my legs, Kel.
Oh, Prez.
Okay, I'm not showing my legs.
Oh, God.
This is degenerating or whatever the word is.
Degenerative.
Yeah. Okay. There you go, people. You got to see your legs, so don't bug me anymore on your comments about that. Kel, the play here is under the total of 42.5. Oakland is going to really struggle to score in this game, and Baltimore is going to slow the pace of this game to a crawl. Lamar Jackson actually leans itself to the under as well because, with Collins.
Eating up all the clock.
Collins and him, it's just going to be a whole lot of running. This game is going to be a total snooze fest. I think this is going to be a lower scoring game than the Buffalo-Jacksonville game. So
21-10, lands on 11.
Yeah,
you heard it now.
There you go. That's a very likely score.
Sounds terrible.
Although I don't think Baltimore will put up 21. The under is the play here. Let's move on.
All right, the Niners. I'm actually considering them with Jameis Winston back under center versus Tampa Bay. While I don't want to watch this game, the quarterback carousel, what is Dirk Cutter doing? I really don't understand. Now they're laying 3.5. I don't know. Nick Mullins has shown he's okay and capable of running that offense.
Yeah, the thing is, though, you've got Jameson, he needs to put together a complete game.
He's already gone next year, right? He has to be.
Who? It's a $17 million contract. Nobody's going to take this guy. He is stuck on Tampa Bay next year. Take it to the bank.
Ugh.
Anyway, the play for me here is actually Tampa Bay because, Tampa Bay, look, they made a monster comeback against the Giants. They lost by 3, but we still saw this team is moving the ball. This team has put up more yards per game than New Orleans.
I think
Kansas
that's a play
City
against
and the Rams.
I think that's a play against the Giants. So the Giants are just terrible.
Yeah, and yet the Giants covered. But the point I'm saying is Tampa Bay has weapons with Evans and Barber and
they do have weapons.
And,
you're correct.
Howard at tight end. I can't take San Fran in this spot. I really feel like Tampa Bay needs something good happening. But where I do lean here, Kelly, is on under 55. Even with Tampa Bay's, incredible offense, this is a very large total with San Francisco involved. So I actually like Tampa Bay, and I like under the total in this game.
All right, Giants total 46 at Philadelphia.
Philadelphia
Sixes.
lays the smackdown right here.
They have to.
Yeah.
What else do they do? I mean,
Philadelphia
if they don't have a bounce back game, what? I mean.
Look, I don't think they're going
Giants,
anywhere no matter what.
3-17 since they went on that boat trip. 3-17.
What's the moral here? Don't go on boat trips?
I don't know. They are freaking terrible.
Okay, well, thanks for that great statistic, people.
You like
down.
trends.
3-17.
Straight
Make
up.
sure to follow all teams and whether they're going on boat trips so that you can use that trend in the future.
Hey, I'm just saying,
Philadelphia
you don't think
Eagles,
that's weird? It's weird.
Coincidental. Philadelphia
okay.
Eagles minus the 6. That's the play. Let's move on.
Cleveland at Cincinnati, total 47.5. 3 minus 120 if you want to bet the Bengals. I'm not laying points with the Bengals.
It's hard to lay points with the Bengals.
One of the worst defenses in the NFL. Okay, weird question here. How much does Hugh being on the Browns now help the Browns against their biggest rival, the Bengals? Or I'm sorry, I said that backwards. How much does Hugh being on the Bengals hurt the Browns?
I don't think it.
You don't think it matters? You don't think they're
No.
sharing playbooks? You don't think that they're talking about, hey, this is what they're going to do, this is what Baker does?
These guys, I mean, come on, man. They have like 20 people studying film all week. What do they need Hugh for? If you don't know what teams are doing at this point in the season, you shouldn't be getting paid to be a coach or a video studier.
A video study.
Yes, it's an official job, VP of video studying.
Oh,
Kel, I
Prez.
can't take Cleveland in this spot.
Okay.
You know, like.
No, I can't take either.
I don't want to touch the side in this game, but I actually like over the total of 47.5. We already spoke about how bad Cincinnati's defense is, which is kind of shocking because they got a decent front seven. And Cleveland is good. Cleveland is a wild card right now, Kelly. I mean, Baker's running, he's throwing.
Every week you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, they've got great weapons. I'll tell you right now, flat out, Cleveland wins the division in 2 years. Like, this Cleveland team is going to be a powerhouse later on. But in this game, I'm taking over the total of 47.5 points. 8 minutes to go, Kel.
I know. Okay,
We're on a timer, guys.
I know. I had to look this up really quick. So I want to back the Jets this week. New England 9.5 at the Jets. Total 46. Jets have covered 7-2-1 of their last 10 meetings.
Yeah,
But
they play really tight against.
they always do. So
the
whether
Pats.
Sam Darnold is absolutely horrific at moments and great at others, I don't know if it matters. Bill Belichick is an absolute ATS machine, except this Jets team has his number.
Right.
So I'm looking at it going, 9.5. Can I do it? I'm not sure I can. But Patriots have been playing bad on the road this year. I mean, I was on the Titans a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Titans,
We talked about it. I know you don't bet against the Patriots, but
I don't.
if you did,
I would not touch them in this spot. This is another one of those games, Kel, where, look, I don't
You think
play
Belichick can name
I
the score?
don't play long dogs. I just don't ever. You will never see me taking a team that's +9, +10, because what the odds makers are saying is this team is going to lose.
okay?
But are they going to lose inside of that number? Who the hell knows? I take teams who are going to win games. So sure, I'll take dogs. I took Minnesota +3 against Chicago. I thought Minnesota would win the game.
I did too.
If I can't make an argument on why the New York Jets could win this game, I'm not going to give myself the smallest of windows.
Got it.
9.5 is 2 scores. It's not 9.5 scores. It's not soccer. It's a touchdown and a field goal. I'm not giving myself these short windows. I will leave that for the great and incredible Teddy Covers and Marco D'Angelo and you and the rest of you guys who like to walk a fine line.
We like to torture ourselves. Okay.
You like to walk a fine line. You know that you're like, oh, we'll have a big back door. Really? Like, would it shock you if the Patriots
I don't
came
like
out and
winning
won
by a back door.
20?
I had to literally cheer for a back door against the Vikings. I don't like cheering for back doors. I like not having to worry about on either side, whether I have the favorite or I have the dog. I don't want to have to cheer for a backdoor cover. It's excruciating. Okay, Seattle catching 3.5 at Carolina, total 47. I like the Seahawks. They're playing better as of late. I really think that this team is a better cohesive unit. They got rid of a couple guys that were a little cancerous there, whether to injury or to trades. And I think this team is really having a good time as of late. They've been playing good football. They've been covering games. And Carolina, now on a 2-game skid, I'm sorry, Ron Rivera, what are you doing?
And I was listening to a bunch of pundits on XM Radio, Brady Quinn and Bruce Murray and all these other people, Alan Shine, and they were talking about what a good decision that was by Rivera, and I don't get it at all.
It's Graham Gano. He's fine. I get it.
But it's not only that, Kelly. To me, it's the notion of, your defense has been stopping Detroit. Do you think you're better than Detroit? Yes. So what's the problem with overtime? Go into overtime, stop Detroit, put a field goal up, and get the hell out of there.
End.
Why are you putting this all on one play?
I was on Detroit plus 4.5.
The worst team needs to go for 2 at the end, not the better team. That call was idiotic.
Yeah, it was terrible. And that's exactly my point. I was on Detroit, and I was going, what are you doing? Yeah. I was happy to get the win.
Made no
but in
sense.
my mind, it was like, what are you doing?
It made absolutely no sense to me. But here, Kelly, I mean, listen, I have been zoned in on Carolina.
They're great at home.
All year. I'm 6-0 betting on Carolina. I'm not going to be betting this football game. But I do like under the total of 47.5 here, Kelly. I think Russell Wilson's going to struggle to score in this game. I think this game is going to be a low-scoring football game. We've seen Seattle's defense has actually gotten better. And Seattle their identity right now is run, 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 run. They got that 3-back going with Carson, Penny, and Davis. Plus, Wilson's a runner. I think we're going to see a whole ton of running. And you got Cam as a runner, McAfee as a runner, McCaffrey as a runner.
That's your Canadian coming out, McAfee.
McCaffrey is a runner anyway. I think the bet here.
Jaguars.
The bet here is on under the total of 47.5.
Okay, we got to wrap it up, sign, but we got a lot of games left. Miami. At Indianapolis, 9s was 10, 9.5, now 9s. There's even 1-8 out there. Total 51. Listen, I was on the Colts playing against the Titans.
Yeah.
It was great. That was a great play. Now, Ryan Tannehill's probably back. And all of a sudden, these two 500 teams, like I said last week, both 500 teams, one's public perception is so high.
Every team is 500 right now.
Yeah, their perception is so much higher all of a sudden on Indianapolis. I don't know if I'm buying it.
Yeah.
This is a lot of points.
Too many points right here. I'm not going to bet this game at all, but I do like Miami here, and it would not blow me away if they won the football game.
Wow.
That's
a bold statement.
I lean on over the total in this game, but we're pushed for time.
Okay.
I'm not betting this game. I have no opinion on this game, but I am very impressed with Andrew Luck and extremely impressed with Indy's offensive line. My God.
All right, Arizona at the Chargers, your favorite team. Go Broncos. I had no idea that was going to happen, by the way. I was so mad. Of course they win a game.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have won. All right, 12, 45 is the total.
I like the Chargers here.
This is a lot of points. I'm not betting on Josh Rosen, though.
Sure, it's a lot of points, but this Charger defense is, like, ridiculous. Bosa's back. He's flying around like crazy. They got Melvin Gordon. They've got Keenan Allen. This Chargers team, my opinion of it, and I think this is a stone-cold blowout. This has got 33 written all over it.
All right. Pittsburgh at Denver. The Broncos have been playing terrible at Mile High this year, which normally they're a lot better at. 3, total of 46. I honestly would like to back the Broncos here. I just don't know if I can. They had a really great divisional win there.
I think the play here is on Pittsburgh, Kelly. I think Pittsburgh's come into its own. It had a really bad 3 quarters against Jacksonville, but then it still got the job done.
Crazy.
And it would have covered this number. It would have pushed on this number of 3. Denver is definitely feeling a lot better, but I think they shot their load, if you will, last week. I think Pittsburgh is the play here. And I lean on over the total of 46.5, but I'm not going to bet it because Denver plays to the under and Pittsburgh plays to the over. So I think the play here is on Pittsburgh. I know that's very square.
That's all good. This is another square game probably. Green Bay catching 3.5 at Minnesota. Total 48 in some spots, 47.5 you can still get. I don't know if I can lay points with Kirk Cousins right now. I'm furious with him.
I'm done with Kirk Cousins. And
for right now, anyway. But I'm not going to back Green Bay here. They can't win on the road, and they proved to me on Thursday night. I took Seattle -3. Good God.
You have to back Green Bay here, Kelly. I mean, listen, both teams really need to win this football game. Green Bay needs to win it more than Minnesota, but both teams, this is must win. Green Bay loses this game, they're out.
Yeah. They're pretty much out anyway.
And, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers.
But if you have to take Coach Zimmer versus Mike McCarthy, you got to take Coach Zimmer.
Well, I
Mike
think anybody
McCarthy,
against
what
Mike
is he
McCarthy.
doing? I was on Seattle, and he didn't go for it on 4th and 1. What are you doing
I had
with
a
Aaron
whole
Rodgers?
long conversation with Carmine about this. It blew
I
me
can't
away.
fathom what is going on in his mind. And again, I was happy that he chose to make the bad decision, but I guess that's why I don't get paid millions of dollars to be a coach.
It made absolutely no sense. But the bottom line here is these teams are fairly even. Kirk Cousins right now is a disaster. Aaron Rodgers is always the opposite of the word disaster. So I'm going to take Green Bay in this game. I'm getting a hook, Kelly.
Yeah.
I can't see any other way to bet it. And I like over the total of 47.
I got to get somebody to get me a coffee. Who's coming into the studio next?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah. Okay.
5 minutes, we'll do it. Okay, we are going to go over time. That's just the way it works, but we're keeping it short.
We got to talk about Monday Night Football.
Houston, Tennessee, Kel.
No line.
-5.5.
But we don't know about Mariota. He's still questionable, right? Do we know if it's Gabbert or
I
Mariota?
don't really know if it matters. I mean,
Gabbert did beat this Texans team already. It was at home.
Kel, this game, Houston. This team is on fire. They have weapons. Deshaun Watson is coming in.
Deshaun just played the flattest game of his life against the Redskins.
Yeah, and they still got it done. They didn't cover, but they got it done. Houston -5.5 is for sure the play here. And you know I like Tennessee. I feel like they're a hard out. They're a grinding team.
Yeah.
They could keep.
I like Vrabel, but like I said, I was against him last week. I don't know if I'll be on Houston laying points though.
Yeah,
I feel like it's going to be like a 3-point game.
I'm definitely going to be on Houston at -5.5. Let's summarize quickly, Kelly. Guys, remember I'm 12-2 to start the NBA season, and I've lowered my season price from $8.99 to $4.99. Head over to WagerTalk.com. And please, guys, pick it up, man. Like, enough with buying me on a random day and hoping that that's the day. Like, just buy my season and let's win together. $4.99. Also, Kel, we've got a ton of Thanksgiving specials over at WagerTalk.com. Please visit the site. Awesome show with you today in the studio. What else?
That's it.
That's it.
Let's have an awesome Thanksgiving.
32 and a half minutes.
Wow, that's a record. That is a record.
I feel like we should just talk about Marco for 20 minutes.
We should celebrate. I thought that's what you were going to say.
We should celebrate?
I don't know.
What should we do? Like the, what's that? The limbo? Is it with the stick?
I'm in stripper boots and a dress. I'm not limboing.
Okay. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week. And remember,
Happy Thanksgiving from the American, not the Canadian.
My daily show tomorrow and Friday, not Thursday. And happy Thanksgiving to you all. Namaste.